are back with another episode of Film Talk with my co-host Scott,
Hello.
and we have another guest. Last week we had Billy. This week we have Franny.
Hello.
And today the film we are doing. What film we're doing, Franny?
We're talking about Robin Hood, the King of Thieves.
Prince of Thieves.
Prince of Thieves.
Prince of Thieves.
Oh, the
That's
Prince
a
of
parody.
Thieves.
He didn't quite get to be the king.
King of Thieves, but that's a parody. Robin Hood.
Sean Connery's the king, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah, he is. He is. So, as we do with every show of Film Talk, as we do every time we do a show of Film Talk, we just basically gloss over, we go over the plot, and then we go over key points that we liked about the film. So, I think I'll go ahead and start with the point.
Well, when was the first time you watched this?
When the first time I watched this?
Yeah. That's what we usually start with.
Oh, yeah, that is right. First time I watched this was 1999 on HBO.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what, you were like 10, 11?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Franny, when was the first time you watched this?
I want to say I may have watched this back in like the early 2000s, but I do not remember this movie at all. So I'm going to say the first time I watched it was like last night when I had to watch it for the show.
That's kind of how I felt. Because like, I think I probably saw this in like the mid 90s, around the time that I saw Robin Hood Men in Tights. And so I didn't
Yes.
like it at all.
Well, I mean, you're lost.
I also was not a big Kevin Costner fan. I've never been.
Waterworld.
My thesis on Kevin Costner is every movie he is in would be better with either Kurt Russell or Gary Sinise, depending on the movie.
Fair points.
Think about it. Think about Field of Dreams with Gary Sinise. Way better movie.
Fair. All right. With that said, let's go over the plot. I'll go ahead and start. So, we start in. I want to say, I want to know. Is the middle? We can say the Middle East, right? Because I don't know exactly where it's at. Is it?
It was Jerusalem. They
It was
did say it
Jerusalem?
was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jerusalem.
It was Jerusalem, and they were basically doing the crusade. I want the crusades, right? They were doing
Yeah.
the crusade, and Robin and Peter, and I forgot the other one. I know Zing was in there.
Played by
and
Morgan Freeman, of course.
Played by Morgan Freeman.
With a terrible ass, racist ass accent.
Yeah.
I admit that. Yeah, it was with that bad accent. But we had the thing where Robin Hood is Robin the Locksmith is played by Kevin Costner is literally they're getting hands. I guess they're thieves and they're getting in Jerusalem you get your hand cut off if you're a thief. So they were getting their hand cut off and Robin puts his hand up and he says this is what English courage is. Yeah, he does it. He pulls the man in. They cut his arm, and Peter frees himself, and he couldn't free the other guy. Azim literally says that you can't free him, but you can free me, and he frees him. They go out through the sewer tunnels. We'll get to that later because I really want to go over some history about that. They go out the sewer tunnels. Peter gets mortally wounded, and he sacrifices himself for Azim and Robin. I forgot. Peter asked Robin to promise to look over Mary. We skipped. We have a skip scene. We have years later. I guess it was like years and months later. Robin's
Like
father's
6 months.
hoping. Huh?
Like 6 months.
Yeah.
It took them like 6 months to get back to the event.
Yeah. But we're going way down, and Robin's father is asking for Robin to come back to England. St. Patrick's.
Well, he's begging for his freedom. He's not like asking Robin to come back.
Oh, he's asking for his freedom.
Yeah, because he knows, I think, at this point that he's been taken prisoner.
Yeah. So during that time, the sheriff of Nottingham, which is brilliantly played by Mr. Alan Rickman himself, rest in peace. um, parades his house and literally tries to say that he's tried as a prisoner because of witchcraft, and they storm his castle as Robin's father literally goes out in a blaze of glory and tells him for England and starts slicing and dicing, but we know that guy's dead.
Yeah, while the sheriff and all of his men are dressed like the Klan.
Exactly. Yeah, that was kind of that didn't
Yeah.
scare me, but I just laughed. Who want to take over next?
Well, I guess I'll go. Then he lands in England after his father's dead and his land's been stripped, and him and Azim end up sticking together because Azim's like taking on this oath to stick with Robin until he saves his life because Robin saved his life, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
So they start traveling into the land and they run into the kid, Wolf, right?
Wolf.
Is that the
Yeah,
kid's name?
Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf.
Wolf.
And he's like he run up a tree by the fucking bad guy from The Crow, doing the weirdest accent ever. And he's the sheriff's cousin. Yeah, yeah, that's the bad guy from The Crow,
Yeah,
the one
bad
he
guys
fights
from the
at the
Crow.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the bad guy from Metro.
Yeah, yeah. He was in a bunch of movies in like the 90s and the 80s. But yeah, he hasn't been in a lot since. Although he was in Jordan Peele's movie, Nope.
Yeah, he was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he still shows up every
He
once in a
still shows up
while.
every once in a while. Why just getting
Yeah.
work?
But they fight him off and he runs away and then they finally make their way into Robin's land and they realize that his father's been killed and Duncan's been blinded.
Oh yeah, Duncan is his servant. I guess he's
Yeah,
his servant. Yeah.
if you know Men in Tights, it's Blinken.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the Blinken
This
character.
is blinking character. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been what like 4 months, and he's still got blood all over his eyes. He's in bad shape.
Yeah, he's in bad shape. Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
also Robin literally does the I don't know what kind of. We'll get to that later. He does a blood oath to avenge his father.
Well, yeah, they bury his father, and then they take the blood oath.
Well, he does.
But
Yeah.
he takes the blood. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. He does. Yeah. Franny, you want to get in on this?
Um, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what happened after this. There was a lot of shenanigans where uh, he just starts causing chaos for the sheriff of Nottingham, where they just like I remember the scene where they ran through and they met Maid Marian and it wasn't her, it was like a different woman and he was trying to tell her like, hey, your brother sent me, but it wasn't her. It like she was actually the one
Yeah, it was the
with the
handmaid.
knife. Um and so he tells her like, oh, your brother's dead. He asked me to, protect you. And she was like, I don't really need protecting. I'm here for the people. And she was there like helping the people who have been dispersed by like all the chaos. And then the sheriff's people come back, and so they had to steal a couple of horses, and there was this like um, chase through the forest, or they got chased into the forest where they thought, oh, there's a whole bunch of ghosts. And it's haunted, and they're like, "Well, I take my chances with the dead than with the. I'm most likely gonna die by these people." And so they go in there and they meet like Little John and
The
the
East
rest
Side
of the
Boys.
yeah.
Yeah, and he fights Little John in the river.
Yeah, yeah, and he gives him a low blow, as we saw a low blow. He kicks him in, he hits him in the nuts. Says I can't swim. Does if y'all know the story of if you know the story, you know the story. He can't swim. He tells him to get up, and he stands up.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, and we forgot to mention what's her name? The crazy witch lady.
Oh, Portiana.
There you go.
Portiana.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how I got her
Tatiana.
name. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Alan Rickman periodically will visit this creepy witch lady.
Yes, yes. There's some scenes I'll get to when we get to it because I'll get to that later when in my because I watched the extended version.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an extended version. But in the extended version, she actually is looking in on the sheriff of Nottingham. She's looking in on him every time when he talks.
Well, we see that.
That's
That's
in the
in the
extended
theatrical
version.
too.
It's in your
That's in
version.
the theatrical too. Yeah.
It's in the theatrical. Okay, okay.
Yeah, because he like freaks out when he finds the hole that she's like spying on him through.
Oh, so you know that part too.
Yeah, yeah, that's in the theatrical version.
Oh, okay. Okay. But anyway, um, well, continue on. Robin and everybody. Robin meets the Little John and the Little John and his boys.
Christian Slater.
Christian Slater, Will Scarlet, is funny. He literally is a hater. If you like the definition of a hater, Will Scarlet is the definition of a hater the whole time. You know, he's like, man, I can't stand this Joker the whole time.
We get
So
a we get a training montage of him training them to be like fighters.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And like
that
building
too, which is
weapons and
really
learning how
cool.
to shoot arrows.
Yeah,
Hmm.
through CGI.
Where did they get the silver from? Because they're making arrows, and they had the whole setup for making arrows. Where'd they get the goddamn metal
Yeah.
to melt?
Yeah, they have it before they start stealing shit. So it really doesn't make any sense.
You got a good question. That's a good question. Like, look, I'm not understanding. I don't understand. I cannot tell you the logic of this film, but they trained him. Um, so I
That was just a note that I put down, and I was like, the fuck did they get this metal from? They weren't even stealing shit at this point.
nope.
And whatever they were stealing, they were giving back to people. So it wasn't like he had like silver coins that they were using to melt down. So
Nah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So where's it coming from?
Yeah.
anyway, sorry, go on with the plot.
No, that's okay. So Robin
They
literally
start stealing from the rich and giving to
starts
the poor.
stealing from the rich, and then, well, not just before that, he actually goes to talk to the priest to see if whatever was going on was true. He finds out the priest was a liar.
Mhm.
Nottingham comes in there, cuts his head, he literally cuts his face. He does the best line of all time that I always love, and I quote every chance I get. Robin Loxley, I'm gonna carve your hat out with a spoon. I love it. Perfect. Like I said, Alan Rickman deserved an Academy Award nomination for this damn film.
He was like he was just Snape like the entire time. There was a scene with him walking in that robe thing, and all I see was like Snape just like
Potter.
sashaying down the fucking hallways of just billowing in the back. I'm like, that's just fucking Snape.
He was perfect though. He was awesome in this. I loved him in this.
He's a lot of fun in this movie.
He is the funniest
He's
person.
he's fully unhinged.
He is.
Yes.
I love it. I love this shit. I love it. This made me fall in love with Alan Rickman. I was like, I respect this man so much. And when he passed away, it's like, no, not him. Anybody. But anyway, let's see. He carves.
Well,
him
he
out.
cancels Christmas.
He cancels Christmas. He legit
Which,
cancels
like,
Christmas.
how again?
He just was pissed. Oh man, he cut. I don't know. He's the sheriff of Nottingham, so I don't know. This film is just.
He kept raising the bounty on Robin Hood's head. Like
Yes.
every other scene, he was like, 300 coins, which I don't know how much that equates to.
But then the guy tells him that raising the bounty isn't going to do anything anymore because poor people love him because he just gives them everything that he takes.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're just always on his side.
Now,
And that's when Alan Rickman cancels Christmas because he
Right.
doesn't understand.
Now I can understand why they cut out this scene because it don't make sense later on, but they do cut out that guy's. He does cut out that guy's tongue. That guy's tongue, he cuts it out.
Which guy?
Because he said, "I will personally." He literally cut out his tongue. Because Portiana says, "Get him."
Oh yeah, the guy. Yeah, and he's not talking later.
Yeah, he's not talking, but he talks
Yeah.
later on. But I guess that's why they cut it out because it didn't make no sense. But you know, movie logic. So Robin Hood keeps doing what he's doing. He finally gets Maid Marian that comes into the village. They build a village. Finally gets him there, and
They meet Friar Tuck.
Oh yeah, Friar Tuck, the second best character in this damn film. Friar Tuck, he is awesome. I don't know who that guy is, but he is awesome. I love Friar Tuck.
Is he just a drunk like monk?
Yeah, yeah.
Monks can get drunk. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. That's capitalism. That's not in my realm. But I love Friar Tuck. He's awesome. But we get Friar Tuck. Friar Tuck is sent there. Is literally stole. He's literally there to get literally there like as a muse to, because he's just there to get all the gold because the sheriff is trying to deliver gold to different places, and he's
kind of a dick to Azim.
He is. But as the film go on, they become buddies. Like they are friends. Like there's a scene where Zim literally brings out, is basically helping Frank.
He performs a C-section.
Yeah, he does a C-section. He helps Fanny live, not only get the baby. And he tells him, "Look, I may be godly, but I'm not worldly." He said, "Come talk to me about your times." He said, "I don't drink." He said, "Okay, you drink, I'll drink, you talk," and just go up there and talk to him. I was like, well, I like that. That was a little like I like that. That was really cool right there. Like, hey, I know I'm an asshole. I admit that. So, let's get to know each other. But I like that. I love it. I love that. But that's still my favorite scene was that part. But getting towards
the C-section scene or the scene where Friar Tuck and Azim become friends?
Become friends.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not that part. No.
Yeah. All he had to do was save a baby.
Yeah, I know. Then we get to the part where
well, by this point, did Will Scarlet already get like shot in the hand?
Yeah, he did get shot in the hand.
Yeah, I think at this point he's already gone, right?
He already gone. Yeah,
he's like lurking in the trees,
lurking in the shadows like a big ass hater. Like, yeah, I hate you, Robin and Loxley.
Christian Slater would have been better casting also for Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Robin Hood should have been younger, or at least looked younger, because Kevin Costner
looks old.
Had a mullet for some reason.
Yeah.
That's a weird haircut.
A mullet and a really bad receding hairline.
Yeah, this is mullet era Kevin Costner, so this is that era.
Severe widow's peak.
Exactly. So then we get the part where Nottingham has had enough, and Cortana says hire the kilts. He sends the kilts down there to go down there, and he goes to send the kilts to find Robin Hood, but he doesn't find them. So he finally finds them because he goes and finds out that Marion is literally plotting against them, I guess, and Duncan is going back to Sherwood.
Well, they take Marion hostage, and then Duncan goes off on the horse.
Yeah, and they follow him. Yeah, they follow Duncan, and they send the kilts in there. They don't do a damn thing. They get their ass killed, and basically they do what they should have done in the first fucking place, is literally just burn the place to the ground. So they burn it to the ground, and they think Robin Hood is dead, and
he loses the little cross pendant that he got from his father.
He's from his father, and the sheriff literally tells Marion, "Hey, I'll let all these people live. I can't let all these people live, but I can let a certain level of people live if you marry me and we have a child."
Yeah, and all of this happened because the priest betrayed her.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah, because she was sending off her handmaiden to warn Robin.
Yeah, warn her cousin.
Or warn her cousin, right?
Yeah, warn her cousin, which is the king.
Yeah. And then he put the stop to that.
Yeah, he said, "Nope, stop." So then Marion found out that she has no choice, and she runs into the hallway doing the most 1980s things, running in the hallway, screaming and hollering. So that happened. We'll talk about that later. Then Robin Hood. They find out that Robin Hood is still alive. They find
Well, the sheriff is like torturing
torture him.
his
He literally
people.
goes in there and says, "Death or torture."
It's pain or death.
Huh?
Pain or
Pain
death.
or death. he said, he said,
And no matter
it
what you
doesn't matter.
choose, you
We're
get
gonna
pain.
torture you, and then we're gonna kill you later.
It's pretty
So
funny.
then Will Scarlet literally agrees to betray everybody just to find out if Robin's still alive. He literally is given a lashing. Um, Robin Hood is literally in there like burying Duncan because Duncan obviously died from his wounds. Um, Will comes back. They find out Will has betrayed him. Will reveals why he hates Robin because it's his half brother and he left him. And
Is that always? I don't know a lot about Robin Hood mythology. Is that always part of it?
I don't know. I think
That Will
What?
Scarlet is Robin's secret brother, or is that like only this one?
it's only this one because it wasn't in the cartoon or any of them.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of the Robin Hoods in a long time. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I seen the cartoon one, and then I saw the, the other stupid ones. I seen almost every adaptation. There is no
It's
good one.
not the case in Men in Tights. I know that.
Yeah, yeah. So what happens after that is we find out that they're telling him to begin, and then we figure out that the sheriff of Nottingham is celebrating. Everything is happy. He's good. Everything is well. He got all
Well, the sheriff finds the hole.
finds the hole.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, he finds the hole, pokes his hand in the hole, start wiggling around it, and then goes in there and finds Portiana. Portiana says, reveals to him, he says, I hate you, I'm gonna kick you out of the castle. And he said, you hate me, I'm your mother. Finds out that that Portiana is his mother, and then he said, whenever you basically fuck Marion and then you have the child, my seed will be the king. So I guess it's a fucked up reason, but yeah. So that's what happened. So then we get to them planning everything. Friar Tuck and Azim are playing with Black Powder, which is funny because it's just funny. Like he said, you truly are a wizard. Just like they planned the whole thing, the whole end scene, which is them just. Do we got?
Well, they're gonna infiltrate and free their men
Freighter, man.
and Marion.
Yeah. Do we want to go? We don't gotta go like scene by scene. What happens exactly, right? We just.
No, no. I mean, we can talk about how Kevin Costner grabs a pile of shit.
Yeah, he takes a pile of shit and rubs it on
Yeah.
them, so that way they won't recognize him. There's that.
Yeah,
They find
it's a
out.
weird moment. This movie has a lot of drool, by the way.
Got a who?
Drool.
Yeah.
A lot of drool.
Yeah, there's a lot of drool.
There's a lot of people like drooling on other people, drooling onto
Yeah.
plates and mixing it with blood.
Yeah, it does. Like, especially.
Yeah. It's
Pretty
a
gross.
really weird, unhinged movie.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, it is.
It is, and it's awesome.
All I could say is Alan Rickman is the most gay fabulous Snape I've ever seen.
He is awesome in this film.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
So long story short.
He's got a lot of great costumes in this movie.
Oh yeah, he does. So long story short, Robin Hood goes up in there, goes up.
They kill the hangman.
Finds a way to get into the chapel. They're married. Blah blah blah. We're not getting into that detail. That's just not right. What was going on? But they start fighting. Friar Tuck pushes the priest out the window, and Robin Hood starts winning, and Nottingham gets the sword, gets the upper hand. He's about to stab him, and he starts monologuing like a dumbass villain. Robin Hood gets his knife out that Marion had and stabs him in the heart, and we get the most. Is it awkward or the most fun? I don't know.
What are you referring to?
The death scene.
Who? The sheriffs?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's great. He's drooling a bunch.
It's Alan Rickman just being unhinged.
Yeah.
It's like this
Yeah.
is awesome. Like this is awesome. I love this.
It's good. I liked it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then what's her name? The witch.
Comes
Uh
out.
she she shows up again like the fucking dude from Die Hard.
Do not know how the fuck she got in there at all. Still wondering about that. But anyway,
Yeah.
she pops
But
up.
Azim spears her to death.
No, no. I think did he spear her or he threw his sword? I don't know. He's,
I thought he throws the spear. Or
oh
no,
yeah, yeah.
she
He did throw
impales
the
herself
spear.
on the spear and then
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
She's
He
dead.
he kills her.
He kills
That's
her.
all that
Let's put it like
matters.
that. She's dead. She
Yeah.
dead. Yeah, and then we get the stupid line of "I'll die for you," which is from the stupid Brian Adams song.
Well,
Um,
they also quoted earlier when
they
they're
did.
like
They
saying
did.
goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Azim fulfills his oath by killing
The
Mortiana.
witch.
Yeah.
Um, then Robin Hood and Robin and Locksley and Marion eventually get married, but they get a cameo from the King, played by
Sean
James Bond
Connery.
himself, Sean Connery. Which they must have paid a lot of money for. Yeah,
Probably at that time, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Probably paid a lot of money. So you want me to do this shit film? Okay. All right, let's do it. Yeah, we get this. The king gets a hug, get to kiss the bride, and blah blah blah. Thanks Robin Hood.
Friar
Um,
Tuck talks to the camera.
do fourth wall breaking, and that's
Yeah.
the end. They kiss, and film the end.
Yep.
Woot. Yep.
This is a long film.
It is. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll admit. I admit that. Look, I'll be honest here. I love this film, but I admit there's a bunch of problems with this film. But I love it.
It
I
was
appreciate it more.
1991 just retelling of Robin Hood. Of course it's gonna have issues.
Yeah.
I appreciate it now more than I did when I saw it originally.
Yeah, it's not. I'll admit that, like I said, there is a lot of problems with this film. Do I?
Like the star.
Huh?
Like the star.
Yeah, I admit that it could have been anybody that played Robin Hood, and it would have been a lot better.
I've got a few options.
Get an Englishman to play it.
I got 3 Englishmen who could have played it.
What? Pierce Brosnan, Sean
Pierce
Bean?
Brosnan's one of them, yes.
Sean Bean.
Especially if you have Sean Connery as the king at the end. Although
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan wasn't Bond at this point.
You could have
He
got
could-
Sean Bean. Sean Bean would have been a better
Sean
Robin
Bean
Hood.
could have done it. Sean Bean would have been a pretty good Robin Hood.
He would have. I would have loved it.
Hugh Grant, I
Hugh
think, would
Grant
have
would
been.
have been great. Yeah.
Because like you need kind of like a posh rich kid too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kenneth Branagh was my other one.
Kenneth Branagh would have been a great one.
Yeah.
I would have picked Sean. If you were telling me to replace it, Sean Bean would have been Robin Hood. I feel like.
Sean Bean's solid.
Huh?
Sean Bean is a solid pick.
Yeah, yeah. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. Look,
Oh, I just looked up a young photo of Hugh Grant. Yes, young Hugh Grant in 1991 would have
Yeah.
ate this alive.
yeah,
Right?
you're right. He would have. He would have been great. Yeah. Sean Bean was young and he was pretty good. I'm just saying he would have. I think he didn't have that haircut at the time. He didn't have that mullet.
Ooh, Sean Bean?
Yeah, he didn't have the mullet.
I don't think he ever had a mullet really.
No, what he did
To
in
my knowledge.
Lord of the Rings, did he?
That wasn't a mullet.
I thought that was a mullet for some odd reason. I don't know.
No, it was
I
just
think
he
that
just
was
had
a
long hair.
wig.
It was definitely a wig.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It was wig.
He would have been good at it.
Sean Bean, I think he's a little too rugged looking.
Honestly, that's my one pushback against him. He
I
feels too much like one of the common men.
get it. I get it. I'm not.
Like he could have been like Will Scarlet or something.
He could have. Yeah. I'm just saying. I agree with you after watching this film. I think the direction wasn't bad. I think the casting was a problem.
Yeah, the Kevin Reynolds was the director who worked with
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner several times,
Mm-hmm.
and I think still does occasionally. I think he did some work on Horizon,
Yeah.
and he's the director of Waterworld, the credited director of Waterworld, and he also directed 187, which I did not know. Do you know that movie?
187.
Sam Jackson.
I heard. Oh, 187.
Sam Jackson's like a teacher. He goes to like a really rough neighborhood, becomes a teacher, and like gets
I
involved with
haven't.
like
I didn't see
it's
that.
like it's like the anti-Dangerous Minds.
I gotta watch this. This is something I'm
Yeah,
gonna put on my list. I want to watch this.
it's
Um,
we'll get to it.
we'll get to that eventually one day. Hopefully somebody will put that. But here's the thing. I want to talk about. I said I was gonna get back to it. Is the sewer scene. Um,
The sewer scene?
yeah, the sewer. Were there
At
sewers
the
back then?
beginning where they like escape
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
Were
right.
there
Okay.
sewer.
sewers back then? Was there like plumbing?
Sure. Not in the same way. Like but there
Okay,
was
okay.
like there would be like sewage tunnels where like they would direct water.
Gotcha.
Maybe not that advanced.
Yeah, that's
I
what I was
don't know.
wondering. This look a little too advanced for a sewer. I was like, this a little too advanced, but okay, all right, I get it.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean, Jerusalem, I feel like had they were a little bit more advanced in their like overall architecture of cities at this time comparative to like England. England would have just had like nothing.
Yeah,
yeah, England they were still like throwing their shit out the window.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
Toss it out the
Jerusalem
window.
had yeah.
even like ancient Greece and Rome, they had like water movement systems
Yeah,
that were
Yeah.
like predecessors to modern plumbing.
yeah, yeah. So, I want to know. So Franny, did you actually saw the scene of, Alan, the Nottingham and Portiano, son, mother and son? Did you saw that or did you not see that?
I'll be honest. I this movie was so long, I fell asleep.
I feel you.
I fell asleep, and when we and I had paused the movie, um, and when I paused the movie, I realized that there was still a whole ass hour left in this movie. I was like, nah. I think I know the story of Robin Hood. Like I was it's nah. So I didn't get to that part yet, the last part.
I fast forwarded through a lot of the last act, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that was a struggle to get through, and I tried to get through it this morning, and it was not happening.
Yeah, I get you. It's too long. If I could redo the film, if there was a remake of this film, I would shorten it a lot.
There have been two remakes of this film, technically.
Well, not like I mean a
There were
remake
two
of.
new Robin Hoods.
No, I mean a remake of this film, not those shitty films.
I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, not
It's Robin
no.
Hood.
It's all Robin Hood.
Well,
There's
when
also that show Leverage, which is kind of Robin Hood.
when Robin Hood King of Thieves come out, we'll get that.
King of Thieves. How do you follow up Robin Hood? Like where this movie ended, where do you go?
Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that in a minute when we do our
But
sequel.
it's like that remember when they made the sequel to The Mask of Zorro with Antonio
It
Banderas
sucked.
and it just sucked?
I know it's gonna suck. So don't
There's
worry. I put
the only
effort
thing you
into
could do
that.
is add a kid and that sucks.
I put Scott, unlike the last episode where I was questioning for effort. I'm putting more effort into this one.
Okay, all right.
I'm putting effort.
You probably put in more effort than I did.
I did. But let's see. What else we got to talk about with this film? Alan Rickman's performance. We talked about Alan Rickman's performance. It was great. I loved it. He knew this. Me and Scott said this. He knew the assignment. He knew the assignment, and he
I think
did
Alan
it.
Rickman and his cousin, like I think they were both in the same movie.
Yeah,
And then
they
everybody
were.
else was in kind of a different
Everybody
movie.
else was like, no. We're doing a film. Like, no, we're doing our
And
film.
whoever played Mortiana. She was
was
doing
in
some
her-
crazy
Yeah,
shit.
she was like, she just like Reynolds like just do
And
what
like
you want to
in
do.
those scenes with those characters, they would do these like weird close-up angles
Yes,
of everybody's
yes.
face that they weren't doing in any of the Robin Hood scenes.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me when they looked at each other like, I was like, why did this?
But it was kind of great.
It was great. It was like,
I have all of my weird notes thoughts from the half of the movie that I watched.
go ahead, lay 'em on us.
All right. So first of all, Morgan Freeman, what the fuck is this accent? Um, so Kevin Costner admits to drugging women with mistletoe? Question mark. Um,
Is he drugging them or is he just like luring them in with like the Christmas kiss thing?
I guess that's what he meant. The whole.
I don't know.
It sounded like he was, because then Azim says, I don't need I need my women clear-headed. I like my women clear-headed, or something along that line. So it's implying that he's drugging these women.
I mean, I could see it.
I could see it. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
He's like a little lord.
So why does it take 6 grown-ass men to hunt down one boy in that one scene where they're up this tree? Like, really? All of the Alan Rickman things that I said. There was a question because in the middle of the movie. There's been so much movie. When does this become Robin Hood? Like, it was just a whole lot of.
This is the problem with a lot of Robin Hood movies that
Yeah.
I've found. That
This
they
is
get
like-
away from the core concept and they're
Yeah.
just like, what if it's just a war movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Like, I'll be honest. Besides Men in Tights, which is just funny and it's the best Robin Hood ever, and the cartoon.
Well, it's a parody of all of these movies
Yeah.
up to that point.
Besides the cartoon, I feel like this is the better one because the Ridley Scott one is just shit because it's just so boring.
Yeah. That one's a full-on war movie.
Yeah. At least with this one, I'm actually having a little fun. I admit I go to sleep on some scene, but I'm having a little fun. It feels like the rest of them, I'm just bored. This one, I'm bored, but then I'll be honest here. If Alan Rickman is not in this film is bad. This film is even worse than what it is. Like Alan
For
Rickman,
sure. It's definitely worse. I don't know if I would say it's fully bad.
He was definitely carrying this.
he was
movie.
carrying this whole
He was
film.
the most entertaining part.
Yes, every time he was
There's some
on-
fun action though overall. Like some of the Robin Hood action is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of, it wears on you.
Yeah, it wears on you. But with Alan Rickman, it's like, what is he going to say this time? What is he?
Yeah,
gonna
like
do this time?
every 15 minutes or so, Alan Rickman shows up doing something crazy.
Yeah, doing
Like
something-
stabbing a plate.
Yeah, like you crazy. Like the call off Christmas, you just got no choice but to laugh. Like, okay, how you gonna call off Christmas? You are crazy. Him literally
Getting
trying
stitches and being like, keep them small.
keep them small, keep the stitches small, or him literally like rubbing the scar off of his statue, like stuff like that. The little
That
things.
was hilarious. That
It was great.
somebody just defaced his statue and put the. Why was that cheek wound bleeding for so long? Like, there was at least 2 scenes of this cheek wound before it got stitched up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a while for them to like get to the stitching up scene.
Yeah. It was just fun. I damn it. He makes this film better. But I like I said, I agree with Franny. It does drag on a lot, and I think I agree with Scott. It does suffer the same thing a lot of Robin Hood films does. It just doesn't get to the point. It's just like, oh, we got to give you a point on the history of Robin Hood, and like, no, just give us the full on story. What? Just go from Robin Hood comes back. Robin Hood's in Sherwood and all this other stuff. Do that. I don't care about him going to war. It's boring.
No. Steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Yeah, exactly. Just do that shit. Kill Nottingham. Fun. But yeah, like I said before, I really do enjoy this film for all its faults. It's actually a guilty movie pleasure for me. I could watch this film and I still will laugh at it. Like, okay, this is bad, but I'm laughing at it and I'm having fun. There's some parts where you just giggle. Okay, funny.
Yeah.
But
I'm just starting to think I'm not really a Robin Hood guy. Because I haven't really enjoyed any of them fully except for Men in Tights, which is just making fun of these.
Making fun.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
This is probably the best of them in my opinion.
It is. I would say if you were to say which one, if I like I said, I say the cartoon is good. The cartoon is the best. The Disney one is the best because it's just gets simple, straight to the point, and it's perfect. It's great. And then this one is like to me the second best, and then the other one, then you just literally just do like spaces and then the rest. That's the way I feel because the rest of them just shit. Because this is why I can't watch them. Like the Jamie Foxx one is dog shit. I'm like, the fuck, this is stupid. But yeah. Anything else we want to talk about with this film? Anything else?
Nope.
I got nothing.
All right. well, guys, let's go ahead.
Actually, the score was really good, and it's used a lot in other
It
things.
is. It's
Yeah.
besides Brian Adams and his sorry ass song.
I mean, it did win the Oscar.
Don't care. I get tired of that damn song every time. That's the only thing I hate about this film is that song pops up. When I remember I got to the credits and it's like, done, click, I'm done.
It's a beautiful song.
All right, so sequel pitches. I guess you want me to go first?
I mean, it's your call.
I'll go first. Hold on. Give me a second. First of all, I want to before I give you my title, I want to give you some. I want to talk about the people that's going to be part of this film. It will be directed by Brian Henson, produced by Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, right. I forgot what your pitch was going to be.
Uh,
I was like, Brian Henson.
Yes, Brian Henson and Trey, it will be produced by Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Okay.
The film will be called Robin Hood, Prince of Felt. And yes, this will be a full-on puppet film, puppet sequel to Robin Hood. So,
Oh, wait, a puppet.
He's going Muppets.
yeah. So,
Gotcha.
Because Brian Henson is
Alright.
Jim Henson's son.
yeah, from the director of here we go from the director of Muppets Christmas Carol and Happy Time Murders, Brian Henson, produced by South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone comes Robin Hood, Prince of Felt. So
I'd just like to say Matt Stone and Trey Parker worked with marionettes and not classical puppets, like the Muppet puppets.
fair. This feels like something I would want to see. I think this would be interesting to see these two get together. These three get together. It'd be fun. So, Robin, who is voiced by Kevin Costner, if I can get him, will be killed by dogs as the sheriff of Nottingham's bastard son, Jake, voiced by Seth Rogen, gets his ultimate revenge. But Robin's daughter, Jezebel, voiced by porn star Gianna Michaels, wants revenge for Kill Bill style, in a film that's fluffier, and yes, there will be cotton, and get ready to see more felt and a world record for fucks broken into a film. This is Robin Hood, Prince of Felt, rated R. So, what?
So you made a Muppet porn?
No. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. I feel like this is the only.
The star is Gianna Michaels.
I get this. I feel like porn stars. I feel like if this film is not going to get a lot of money, so I feel like we need to give other stars a chance.
What do you mean it's not going to get a lot? Like it's not going to make a lot of money at the box office?
No, it's not.
Is that
I'm not
what
going to
you
get a lot of money for this pitch. I'm probably not going to get less
Then
money.
how are you going to make a puppet movie?
Don't
Those movies
worry.
cost
Don't
a lot of
worry.
money.
That's where Brian Henson comes in. So I'm gonna get.
He doesn't just have like Robin Hood puppets lying around.
Don't worry, we can make them.
You got to make those.
We can make them. Like these will probably
That's going to be costly.
sock puppets. Don't worry, we're gonna make this shit.
Sock puppets.
Sock puppets. You're damn
So
right.
why do you need Brian Henson?
I need his director. He's the director of somebody that actually knows how to like do puppets in a different way. So I feel like his expertise will be fun. Plus, I feel like his direction will be fun. Also, the reason why let's get to the reason why I picked Gianna Michaels. Look, I feel like Gianna Michaels is a up and coming actress that would be good, and we need to get somebody out of the world of porn. I feel like we need to put somebody in this film. Also, I just want to let you know, even though it won't be made with a lot of money, we could get some details on these puppets. I mean, we could literally just try to make them look like the actor or actress.
Does Gianna Michaels have experience voice acting?
I don't think so.
It depends on what you say. Voice acting.
Are you not voice acting a puppet?
No.
Or you want?
Brandy,
Or is she going to be like controlling the puppet?
maybe.
Like, it'll be an interesting twist.
Either way,
I don't know. I don't know if I buy it. Is her voice distinctive enough that like people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's Gianna Michaels"?
No. Look, we're gonna make the puppet look like her.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Like we're gonna have like if you've seen Gianna Michaels, obviously she is well gifted in certain areas, so you can literally make that puppet gifted in certain areas. So you there you go.
And this is something you want.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And who is she playing again?
Robin Hood's daughter Jezebel.
Robin Hood's daughter, Jezebel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about this one, man.
Yeah.
This is one of your weirder pitches.
Hey, look. I feel like this film could be made if you give me enough money. I can.
Oh, there's no way this movie can be made.
Don't worry, it can be made. It can be made. Pornhub exists. This can be made.
Yeah, go check out all of the puppet porns that exist out there.
This is not. I want to relate to this, people. This is not porn. This is just a man literally trying to make a film with puppets.
You want a specific porn star to be a main character.
The main character, it sounds like.
Look, you didn't even let me explain the rest of the film. It's not just going to be Gianna Michaels, the porn star.
What other porn stars are in this movie?
They're not. They're just. No. Like, Misty Stone's gonna play.
Misty Stones.
Misty Stone's gonna play a thieves daughter. So we're gonna get that. There we go.
Steam's daughter.
So yeah.
Why is everybody's daughter a porn star?
Look, if it makes
There are male porn stars too.
I know. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. You just want me to name a random porn star? Like
No, you could say that you're done.
Yeah.
I'm done. But once again, guys, this is not a porno.
To reiterate.
Yeah, this is not
To
porn.
convince you or us.
I'm convincing y'all that this is not porn. This is not porn.
I don't believe you.
It sounds like porn.
Y'all.
It's got at least 2 porn stars in the leads.
Look, porn stars can act, okay?
Not well.
Yeah, and you don't see it very often, man.
Look. Here's the thing: if Tracy Lords can act, why can't any other porn stars act?
Good point.
It's like a 0.1%. Sir, we're.
Sasha Grey can act. Any other porn stars can act.
What was the last movie Sasha Grey was in? Legit movie, not porn.
Wait a minute. There was that slasher film she was in. There was that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know she was in that.
She was in that Steven Soderbergh movie like a decade ago.
Yeah, she's an actress. She can act. Look, I'm just saying. It's possible. It's not impossible.
Sasha Grey? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, she did like one legitimate movie where she played a
She
sex worker.
did Would You Rather in 2012. That was the last non-porn that she's done. She's done 2 porns after it.
Damn.
I mean,
well,
and to be fair, Gianna Michaels was in Piranha 3 Double D, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, she was in the film. So yeah. So boom.
Oh, Sasha
also
Grey has voice acting in Cyberpunk 2077.
Ha! I picked
I
the right
mean,
one. No, I didn't. Damn.
That's a better choice now.
She actually did a couple of
she's not gonna be in
movies.
my film. She's gonna be Maid Marian's. She's gonna be Friar Tuck's daughter. How you like that, huh?
I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
Let me be honest here. Even though this is not a porno, and I feel like I'm trying to make a sequel, I feel like there shouldn't be a sequel. But this is
Yeah,
what we
I
get.
don't have a sequel pitch, by the way.
Ah, damn it.
I have a remake.
I didn't know we were going down this route, so I have zero of anything.
Mac.
I told her we were doing. I told her we were doing a sequel pitch. I told her that.
No, you
Okay.
didn't.
I did. I did. I did. I told
You
you that.
got. You
Ah,
said we're doing film talk. We want you to be a guest. Choose a movie, and I was like,
I
all right.
told you that. I promise you, I
It's
told you that. I
it's
swore I.
totally fine.
I told you this. No one can pull this shit on me, Frank.
You guys vigorously scrolling through his text messages to
I
find.
am. I know I said this. Damn it. I know I said this. I'm not playing. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Me and Scott are doing film talk. We want you to be a guest. You pick whatever movie. Cool when you having it. It's a pre-tape. Whatever works with you. You get to pick the film. Yeah, this one. I love this movie. People bash me for liking it. I'll be free on this day. Yeah, that works. And then that was the end of our text.
Yeah, but then I told you yesterday, I told you Wednesday that, hey, make sure you have a pitch ready, blah, blah. That's what I said. I did say that.
Where the fuck was that?
I told you that, I told you that on the, when we were here Wednesday, not text you. I told you that.
So you
On
have no proof.
I
Wednesday,
got no proof, but I know I told her.
Okay,
I
I mean, it's your word versus hers.
It is. It is. Damn.
Mac, you're talking to the person who forgot to watch the film until the night before we filmed this pre-tape.
Yeah, yeah. That is fair.
So, if you told me, I sincerely apologize, but I'm telling you right now, I don't remember that shit.
No, it's alright. It's alright.
It's all good.
Nah, it's all good. Really, in all honesty, I tried to carry it because I was like, well, I don't think nobody's gonna have a pitch, so let me go ahead. And
Yeah, I mean, Mac. I think Mac's puppet porn pitch
it's not porn, Tim.
easily carry us all. I don't even think I need to give my pitch.
It's not porn. It's not porn.
It's close. It's close enough.
It's a rated R. It's a rated R film with puppets with boobs. That's all. And Seth Rogen.
Okay, well, I'm going in the opposite route. Mine's going to be a family film. It's
Boo.
I'm doing like Cool Runnings meets Ocean's 11. So I want it to be set in the modern day. This is going to be a modern day Robin Hood, or more modern day. It could be like at one point when there's an Olympic Games, essentially. Like there has to be a Summer Olympics. So any of those 4-year periods, uh, where a team of archers decides to infiltrate the Olympics and steal all the gold, and then give it to all the poor people who got fucked over in the town that they used to build the stadium for the Olympics.
Mm.
So they're all gay. They're all very gay. That's why
Happy?
that's
Oh, they're happy.
no. They're very homosexual.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
And they get called Mary by the announcer who's trying really hard not to say that they're gay. and, and it's just gonna be like a fun heist film. It's not gonna be like any like war or nothing crazy. Just they plan a heist, they infiltrate the Olympics, they steal the gold, and they deal with whoever the sheriff of the Olympics is. I'm picturing like Daniel Radcliffe because he's doing crazy shit now, and he's also he worked with Alan Rickman. Um, I couldn't think of anybody for like casting for Robin and like Marion. I was thinking Timothy Chalamet and Tom Holland just to satiate the internet, and you can bring in like Zendaya as Azim. um, but yeah, it's just like a fun little quick heist movie. 90 minutes in and out, nothing crazy, and Lil Jon could play Lil Jon.
You son of a bitch. You're gonna let Lil Jon and the East Side Boys show up. Fuck you.
He can be like the John Candy, you know, he's the coach of the archery team.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, that's all I got. No porn stars, no
Look,
puppets.
I told you, like, my film is gonna be great, and it's gonna win like some awards.
Mine's gonna appeal to the gay crowd and people who like heist movies.
Well, mine's gonna appeal to 2000s people, to millennials who like big boobs. Anyway,
Mine appeals to millennials too. Millennials love gay people in cool runnings.
yeah, and, I think we both made fun films. You made a family film, and obviously I made an adult film for people who grew up watching it in
You
1990s.
did indeed make an adult film.
I did not. I made an adult film. You're right, rated R.
Mhm.
Yes.
Rated X.
You made an adult film, eh?
I didn't. Fuck you. All right. Anyway, that's it, people. The next episode. So Franny, thank you for picking this movie. We appreciate it. Now we finally got it in the book.
Yes, it was fun to talk about this movie for sure.
It was a hilarious.
We'll definitely have to have you back on for another.
Ooh,
Something.
I would be happy to.
All right, cool. Next time I'll have a better pitch with more porn stars in it.
Every pitch of yours better have a porn star in it now.
don't you dare! I
can't wait to hear your pitch for next time.
Natasha Nice.
Who? You know a lot more. You know a lot more porn stars than I do.
Oh my god, Natasha Nice, all the big boom ones. All right, so Franny, Franny, what you got plugged?
I don't know when this episode is coming out, but right after this episode, Mac and I are going to be playing God of War, the 2018 version. So come and watch us.
Yeah, watch us. Yeah.
Check it out.
Check this out. Check that out. Scott, got anything plugged?
Yeah. Mac and I are also playing games together. Mac just played Sonic Adventure, the first one,
Yeah, I did.
on Dreamcast,
Yes.
and I am in the middle of playing Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes.
By the time this airs, I will probably, maybe have finished it.
Yeah, hopefully by some miracle, I will finish Sonic Adventures.
I think you'll do it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know if there's a miracle. If there's a miracle in there, it probably happen. All right. If you don't know Miles, I'm Mac. I'm the owner of the channel. Come follow us. If you want to follow us at GG Game Fixers. If you want to follow me and talk to me and talk about more porn stars, and go over the porn stars' names.
Sure, you want to invite this?
Nah, don't look. If you don't want, I don't want to hear about porn stars. So if you don't talk to me about porn stars and don't drop no names to me, I'm not going to put my name out there. But
The more you talk about this on the internet, the more is going to come to fruition.
yeah. So so put in the comments below whatever you think. I'm just going to ignore it. This has been a great episode. We'll see you on another episode of Film Talk, people.
And what are we doing next?
We will have Eric on, and he'll do his pick. But until then, people, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.